Rug hooking is an art that was destined to be tramped on. Why, you ask? Allow me to explain. Early settlers arrived in old Acadia, East Coast, with little more than the clothes on their backs. Pioneer log cabins and wooden floors were drafty and cold in the winter. Hooked mats were a welcome amenity to warm the floors, and in some cases used as bed coverings. To provide some context regarding the art or craft of rug hooking, it is necessary to briefly discuss the extensive history of rug hooking, specifically within Canada. In fact, there is a reliable information that notes that mat hooking done by the English and Scottish settlers were generations old by the time Dr. Wilfrid Grenfell arrived in Newfoundland and Labrador in 1892, where he established small hospitals throughout the area. February and March were known as the matting season, not the mating season, along the rugged coast of Newfoundland and Labrador. Dr. Grenfell proceeded to develop the cottage industry in the 1920s and 30s amongst the residents, which reached the peak in the 1920s and the 1930s. The women offered their hook mats to Dr. Grenfell in return for medical services. They used burlap, also called brin, known as feed bags, on which to hook their mats. Burlap, which is commonly used now, and most of the pieces in this room their backing is burlap. It's only been available since 1850. As a long-term member of the Lindsay and District Rug Hookers, I shall proceed to explain the rug hooking as it exists in City of Kawartha Lakes. The Lindsay and District Rug Hookers have been in existence in the Lindsay area since the mid-1980s. We are neither a business, nor a charity, nor are we looking for money. The Lindsay and District Rug Hookers are committed to maintaining the historical craft of traditional rug hooking. We are just one of the 60 hooking branches in the province of Ontario. The Ontario Hooking Craft Guild, of which we are a member, has a membership of 850 across Ontario, including Quebec, USA, and Ireland. The Lindsay and District Rug Hookers meet on Thursday from about 10 a.m. and stay as long as we wish. We have an annual guild membership of $15, in addition to a $20 fee for the Lindsay seniors, who are responsible for many groups that use the Lindsay armories. We currently have 18 members. We usually do not meet in July and August. This has been our venue since about the 1980s. We also have a fairly extensive resource library featuring many aspects of rug hooking. So these are old hookers. They're all different, but everybody has their favorite. And I've had mine for probably nearly 20 years, and I've never changed it. I use it for every piece I'm hooking. You also have to have scissors, because when you're hooking, you're bringing the piece of wool up like that. And depending on how high you want it to be, you leave it, and then you bring up another one to go with it. That's how you go. You follow the pattern. Sometimes we draw our own patterns, other times you can buy them. And I can tell you that every day, every Thursday that we hook, there is more laughter going on than hooking, probably. Yeah. You can use almost anything. Just use your imagination.
What I'm working on now is just tulips, which is my favorite flower. And I'm a late hooker. And so I get a lot of stuff done at about midnight on.
This will be a smallish rug, that size. Yeah.
This is a multimedia, and you can see there's some shiny bits and flat bits and some sari silk and some roving. And it's called multimedia because you can pretty much use anything that you would like. And it's a pattern by Kathy Ivory, and I've really enjoyed doing it.
The Guild for me has been an amazing group of ladies, and they're so welcoming and so warm and friendly, and it's I don't know, it's hooking changes your life, whether you're a push like me or a puller like the rest of the gals. It just changes your life because you meet so many people. And now with, you know, since COVID and everything and the virtual stuff, we're connected with people all over the world, which is so exciting. It just opens up all kinds of new avenues. And I myself teach punch needle rug hooking, and I love teaching children because they can catch on to it really quickly from about 7 years old and up. Punch needle has, it's actually been around since the early 1830s, but it wasn't as renowned as the Grenfield hooked rugs that started out in Labrador and Newfoundland. And this here is actually punch needle, and it's a different technique than the pull. The action is always from the back of the rug, so the back of your monk's cloth is what I use, and then you punch through the back of it, and then your finished product is actually on the other side. So it works in reverse, and you got to make sure that everything that you want to look correct on the front is in reverse on the back. Otherwise, you're going to be reading things backwards. Sharing is the biggest part of all this. You know, we all try to help each other and teach each other, and that's what it's about. You can come and go whenever you please. There's no rules. So we invite you to come, and you're more than welcome, and we'd be happy to show you how to hook and how to push. So please come. We'd love to see you.
But you can always come to the Lindsay District Rug Hookers any Thursday, and we'd be glad to see you. And if you don't know anything about hooking, we're happy to teach you. And we can also supply you, because we have a lot of supplies in our cupboard. We have supplies like the hooks, and we have brin or burlap, and you will enjoy it once you start it. It's the very most forgiving craft I think I know about.
I'm Maya Sevick, one of the coordinators of the Kawartha Hand Weavers and Spinners. As Lisa said, we meet monthly in the library in Lindsay. We have about 15 to 20 members, and when we gather together, we share the work that we've done. We ask questions, trying to find out new things. People are into various areas: spinning, weaving, felting, dyeing, a variety of fiber arts. And we, I think as a guild, take time to explore all of those and support each other in doing that. As a guild, we try and establish a community presence, so we're often demonstrating at fairs and at public events. Spinning is a big draw item. You get a lot of people very interested in that. Weaving, lots of people coming up to those sort of events, and we often have opportunities for children to try things out, and they really enjoy it, so that's a big piece of what we do as well. We cover all of the Kawartha Lakes, so we draw from quite a broad area. We are part of a larger group called the Ontario Hand Weavers and Spinners, who also draws from all across the province, very vibrant guilds everywhere. So it's a bit of a network for us all to kind of communicate with each other.
My name is Phil Niblett. This is my wife Janice. I guess I've been weaving for quite a few years, but I still consider myself a novice weaver because the stuff I did when I was young was quite different than what I do now.
Some of my very first hand spun I made into a scarf and a hat for him, and that daughters.
All the relatives at Christmas get scarves and placemats and various things, yes. It's like most things in life. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And there's much more to learn. Like, since I've joined the Guild, it's, I'm just gobsmacked at how much I don't know. And it's fun to explore different things. Say I went into rugs for a while. I was on scarves for a long time because they're fairly simple and straightforward. I just really did the inkle recently. That's just something I've tried recently, and I'm still learning. And since retiring, we've gone different places and looked at other people's looms, and we found barn looms and production type looms and ancient looms in various countries, and it's been a real focus that goes beyond just the Guild. It started, I guess when I was young, but I really didn't take off till I retired, and now we like to travel and visit various places and look at what other people are doing. It's become a very much part of our life now.
It's fun to see how things have evolved and yet how much similar they are to when they first started.
Before you can do any weaving, you have to have something to weave with. So one has to find a friendly sheep that wants to get rid of what it's carrying around, and you have to wash it and get all of the farmyard special stuff out of it, and then you spin it. And you can use one of these spinning wheels, or you can use a spindle as they originally did, several different ways. Once you get it figured out, spinning is very relaxing. You have to concentrate to a certain degree, but after a bit it becomes second nature. And then I got myself a loom and I taught myself how to weave, and I started making a lot of weird and wonderful things, and slowly they got to represent what they were supposed to represent. You just kind of get comfortable with it, your hands learn what they're doing, and you do everything by feel.
I'm new to the area, and this is just a great way to meet people. I've been spinning for about 10 years, but it's been off and on, and I want to get it more on than off. I love to knit, and I love knitting with my yarn, and it's nice to come up with projects. To come to a small community and be able to walk down the street, or be in the grocery store and you meet 3 people and say hello to them. So it's wonderful.
I joined up right away, showed up. We've met in various areas, but fortunately we now have a more dedicated meeting space in Lindsay. The Guild has been wonderful. As a new person, I felt very welcome right away. And I've felt like they've been some of my cheerleaders too. There are people who are very talented in this Guild, and I'll bring along my, simple plain weave with color, and I get great support. That even what I'm doing at my level is a beginning. And I can see too that you could spend your whole life learning new things in weaving. There is always something new to learn, and that's what I see from this Guild. So my whole background in textile goes way back. That from the time I was quite young, I learned to sew from my mother, and I made most of my clothing for a good part of my life until I got too busy with work. And then I sewed for my children, and got sewing for myself. When I retired, I started dabbling in some knitting, which I had taken up. And I love the yarn. I don't like the knitting so much. So the yarn is a beautiful way to come into weaving. There are so many wonderful yarns. So my great hope is that I'm going to weave cloth that I'm going to sew into a garment and wear. In the meantime, I'm getting lots of practice with tea towels. Everyone gets a tea towel for their birthday or Christmas or whenever. I've made some scarves. I'm following an online program, and there's lots of project work on that, so I'm having a lot of fun with that. I might make a shawl for my son's wedding coming up in the summer. I think that would be a really fun project too.
Fiber arts is great for all ages. Our own guild has a wide age range, so we have young people as well as retired people, people who are just starting out in their journey, and also people who've been doing it for years. So it's a great place to be mentored. It's a great place to discover your own passion for this. I think a few of us have already said, it's a great way to kind of keep your brain going. It's very challenging at times, and it can be very, very rewarding.
So today we're meeting in my studio where I teach people how to weave, but our guild normally does meet at the library in Lindsay once a month. How a loom works is, if you think back to, maybe weaving with paper as a craft, where you're going over, under, that's what weaving is, the interlacement of warp and weft. But when you take it down to threads this small, to go over, under, it would just take way too long. And what a loom does, it's a tool that will lift the threads that need to be up and lower the threads that need to be down, so that the weft can go through. And this is the warp is this way, the weft is this way, and the weft we put on a shuttle, and this is a boat shuttle. So people have been spinning and weaving for thousands of years, and I just love that we have this special group right here in Kawartha Lakes where we can honor these traditions and share them with people in our community. We have such a diverse group of talented individuals in our guild, and every month I'm just in awe of what these people go and make and share with us. And yeah, it's just an incredible group to be a part of. If you want to learn more about us, you can follow us on Facebook, Kawartha Handweavers and Spinners. We're also on the City of Kawartha Lakes website, the library website, and also we're in community doing events. So please come in and say hi.
Welcome to Kawartha Country Wines. We're a family-owned business located just outside of Buckhorn, Ontario in Trent Lakes. This July will be our 20th anniversary, and we're housed in an 1866 log cabin on over 20 acres of property. I'm excited to show you around. When you open the door, the first thing you'll see is our gift shop, where we feature a variety of local creators and artisans, including soaps, hot sauces, candles, maple syrups, honeys, cheese, and so much more. We also carry a number of products that support local charities and also feature a few of our own products, including preserves and sauces. It really is the perfect one-stop shop for shopping local. Since we opened our gift shop in 2004, we have featured local creators who don't have their own brick and mortar store or are looking to expand outside of their existing town in Kawartha Lakes. It's really important for us to feature local because, one, it allows us to give back to the community and showcase the amazing artisans that we have in our area. And two, it allows us to pay it forward. And we're able to donate to local sports teams, to charities, to community centers. We're located in between Buckhorn and Bobcaygeon on County Road 36, and we're open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also shop on our website, www.kawarthacountryWines.ca, and you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. By shopping with our winery, it allows us to pay it forward by donating to local fundraisers, charities, causes within our community. It means so much to us that we receive your support all year round, and we try to pay it forward by uplifting the community, something that's always been really important to our family. When you shop at the winery, it allows us to pay it forward by supporting local fundraisers, causes, the community centers, and charities. For example, these 2 gift baskets will be going to the local curling club and the Buckhorn Community Center for their annual golf tournament. We really find it important to support the community. Not only do you guys do so much to support us, but one of our missions is really to uplift and enhance the experience in the Kawarthas for all of our members. This is our wine wall, where we feature over 60 wines, ciders, and coolers. All of them are made from local fruits and berries. And for example, our pumpkin is made from pumpkins from McLean's Berry Farm just down the road. We have everything from dry to sweet, something for everyone, and we even have sparkling desserts. So stop in at our complimentary sampling bar and enjoy a free sample of any of our wines and ciders.
We also encourage everybody who buys a bottle of our wine to return it back to the winery. We do sanitize and clean the bottles, and we reuse them for new wines like our apple dry that is completely bottled in recycled bottles, making it a eco-friendly option and something you can feel good about buying.
We like to joke that the grape thinks that it's something special, but you can make wonderful wines out of a variety of fruits and berries. They are something that are unique, but not unfamiliar to traditional reds and whites. They're a little more playful, perfect for summer, great for sangrias or just sipping on their own. And it's something that is really a niche of ours. This is our wine bar where we have every wine and cider available for sampling. This is our rhubarb. This is one of only 3 wines that we had in 2004, where we now have over 60 wines and ciders available. That leads us into our Cheers to 20 Years, one of our new releases. We've actually released 9 new wines in the past month. So whenever you come in, there's always something new to sample. And then we also have a few of our sweeter wines here. We have Raspberry Peach, which is my husband's new creation, Strawberry, which is a fan favorite, and then Cranberry Blush, which is always really popular over Thanksgiving and Christmas. We are always coming out with something new to celebrate milestones or just to play around with new fruits. There is always something new that we have, and it's something unique that you're not going to find somewhere else, making it a great gift idea or dinner table conversation piece. So when you're traveling down County Road 36, when you stop into the winery, you're going to first be greeted with our gift shop, and then when you come back to our wine room, enjoy a few samples of our variety of wines. In the summertime, we also have wood-fired pizzas on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and local music every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m.